Okay, now we need to detail our plumbing and our electrical stub. I'm going to do the full detail on the electrical just to show an idea of how to finish that off. The plumbing I'm just going to seal up. You would do something similar. So what I've done is I've got a plywood box that I've made, a backing plate, a header that extends past the jambs, two side jambs, and the sill. Centered a hole of the appropriate size to slip over top of the nipple. I want to project that nipple out enough to get our 3/4 inch rain screen in behind, and enough obviously so you have enough threads to screw on an outdoor box, like so. I've made the box 6 by 8. This allows a nice clean profile to seal your siding to, and then you would just take some 1x2 and you could make a nice little trim around it. I'm not going to do it for the purposes of this mock-up, but you get the idea of how you could quite nicely seal that off. Now the only thing that I would probably change, or I would change on a real job, is you can see here I've made the box completely square on the sides. If I was doing this again, I would want the sill to drain, so I'd want it on an angle, and I'd have to cut the side jambs to match that angle so that it drained, but you get the idea for the purposes of this demo. So I've already extended the nipple out far enough to allow for the 3/4 inch rain screen strap. At that point, you would disassemble the box and the outlet. Now we've got a seal around here. First of all with joint and seam, and then we could cover over that with some Cat 5. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Okay, so we're going to install joint and seam around the electrical nipple. I've made up a nozzle out of a plumbing part because I don't have one, and so we'll go ahead and do that now. Now we just need to tool it and apply some Cat 5 over, and we're done. Put on a bit too much product. I'll just put it on the window here, because it can definitely always use a little extra. Clean that off a bit. Actually, I'll put it on here because I need to seal this. And I'm just using my homemade applicator from Tube of Caulking. I think that's pretty good. Let that set up, and we should be good. So I'll just go ahead and do this one as well. Again, we're not going to detail this. I'm just going to make sure it's sealed for the purposes of the test. Would have been a lot easier with the right nozzle on the end, but it is what it is. That's pretty good. So at this point, both of those are air and water tight. What I'll do is off camera, I'll put the final coat of Cap 5 over top once it's cured, which is going to be in this weather probably half an hour to an hour. It's pretty damp today and pretty cool. So on the next video, we'll start detailing the window. Okay, thanks. So the last part of detailing the electrical box was attaching the furring strips for the rain screen, attaching the box to the furring strips, winding on the outdoor electrical enclosure. I put some silicone caulking on the threads to ensure, on the plugs, to ensure that they would be airtight. And then I don't know if you can see in this photo, but I also caulk around the wire as it comes through the conduit to perform an air seal at that location. Then it's a matter of wiring up the outlets, which we are not going to do for this demonstration, putting on the gasket and the outdoor cover. Now what I should say is I didn't plan this too well. You can see how much this box projects past the plywood box. Even with the trim that's going to go here, this is going to project out. So if I did this again, I would make the box a little bit deeper so that it shed water away from that interface. I should also say that the new electrical code is not going to allow these types of covers in areas where the box is subjected to rain. The covers are going to have to be those big bubble style covers so that the outlet is protected both when it is inactive as well as when there's an extension cord or something plugged into it and it's in use. So that might even detail a deeper box. But anyway, that is now a waterproof and airtight assembly and ready to go.